Everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be going through another tutorial on the Casio Classpad fx-CP400. So today's topic will be on normal distribution. So let's get started. So here we have the x as a normal random variable with mean of 10 and standard deviation of zero point 0.5. So find part A, probability of x is less than 11. So, okay. So probability of x is less than 11. All right, so let's pull out our cast over here. So first of all, go to interactive distribution, continuous and norm CDF. So interactive distribution, continuous, and then go to the second one, norm CDF. And then so your lower bound is going to be negative infinity. So negative infinity, and the upper bound is going to be 11. Your standard deviation is going to be zero point 0.5, and your mean is going to be 10. So type that all in, and then just go OK. And that is your first answer there. So 0.9772. So let's go back to our screenshot over here. Okay, so and what this looks like on the normal distribution graph is this is your mean here. And then so less than 11. So we know the mean is going to be 10. So 11 is going to be more than 10 there. And then this area under the graph, using what we just calculated, is going to be 0.9772. So that's 0.9772. That's essentially what we've just computed for the normal distribution. For part B, so probability of x is less than 11, given x is less than 13. So this is a conditional probability. So the numerator is going to be x is less than 11, intersect with probability of x is less than 13. So what I would normally do is I'll draw up a number line. This is going to negative infinity, and this is 11 here, and this is 13 here. So so this should be an open circle. Just clear that very quickly. And then, all right, so here, we've got this here. That's the probability of x less than 11. And then for probability of x less than 13 is this. And then where the two intersect is here. So, which is basically probability of x is less than 11. So, we can rewrite the numerator as equals to probability of x is less than 11. And then the bottom one is still probability of x is less than 13. Now, probability of x is less than 11 is from answer from part A. And then we just need to solve for the denominator. And then we divide those two and we get our answer there. So let's jump back to our CAS. Okay, so in this case, we've got so what you want to do is whilst we've got the norm CDF there, we can just copy that function and then we just change the parameters inside the function. So we can copy and paste at the numerator. And then on the denominator, we just need to change the parameter. So just change the second parameter to 13. Okay, so the numerator is the answer from before, and the denominator is the from negative infinity to 13. And then just go enter, and that's the answer for part B. Okay, so let's jump back over to screenshot here. So that's for second part, it's going to be 0.9772. Okay. And then for part C is find the value of C such that probability of X is less than C is equals to 0.95. So what that looks like on our normal distribution is, so this is our mean here, which is 10. So I know the C is going to be here because where this is the mu is going to be 0 0.5. So C is 0.95 for the area under the graph. So we know it's going to be up here, which is more than zero point 0.5. So that's 0.95 here. And then we want to use our cast for the inverse norm to find C. Okay. So let's go to our CAS here. So go to interactive distribution, inverse, and inverse norm CDF. So interactive distribution, inverse, and inverse norm CDF, which is the first option there. And then go to probability. So that's going to be 0.95. Standard deviation is zero point 0.5 and mean is 10 and go OK. So your answer is 10.82. So that's 10.82 there. Um, so let's go back to this one. So C is going to be 10. So C is equals to 10.82. And then for part D, same process. So X is less than K, and we're trying to find the value of K given the probability is zero point 0.2, which is the area under the graph of the normal. So, so we just copy the functions from before. So it's the same steps, and we're just changing it to zero point 0.2 for the area under the graph. So the answer is going to be, so K is 9.57. Oh, sorry, 9.58. So 9.58 here. Okay, so for part E, so find C1 and C2. So probability of C1 less than X less than C2 is equals to 0.95. Now, what's good about this CAS is you can actually change the tail settings. So so in this case, because it's going to be symmetrical about the mean. So this is C1 here, this is C2 here. The area on the graph is going to be 0.95. So essentially, what you can do is what we've been using is the left tail setting. So to find C1, we again use the area under the graph as 0.025. So 0.025 is the same here as well because they all needs to add up to 1. So 2 times 0.025 is basically 0.05 plus 0.95 is 1. So that's why the left tail and the right tails are 0.025. So what you can do is in the CAS, you just need to find C1, you keep it as left tail settings. And then to find C2, you can change that left tail to right tail, and that will give you the C2 because it's the same area under the graph. So let's go to our CAS and see what that looks like. So we know the inverse norm looks like that. So inverse norm CDF, left is left tail, that's the L. And then we just need to change our area under the graph there to 0.025, which was what we've calculated, the left tail, so 0.025. Every other settings are the same. So you just go enter, and that is our C1, which is 9.02. And then to get C2 is really easy because it's symmetrical. The right tail has the same area under the graph. So we paste it and we just change the L into capital R like that. So change it to R for right tail and go enter. And that is our C2, 10.98. So that's all the answers there, and all the steps to solve for the normal distribution. So if you've got any questions, feel free to comment down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next session. Okay, see you later.